everyone. Welcome to NFL Week 11. I think it's Week 11 already. Time flies. We're recording this on November 11th in Week 11. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all our veterans out there for your service. Anthony Maggio, Maj here once again with Christian Peterson, CP, to talk a little bit about GameBlazers, our second go-around of this after our maiden voyage in Week 10 to talk GameBlazers. So, CP, welcome. How are you today?
Thank you, sir. I am well. I thought we'd maybe just dig right into the contest from last week, which went horribly for me, but it appears fairly well for you. You can see the leaderboard here. And again, just for all the viewers here, this is just our employee-only internal contest. There's $100 at stake, but a good way for us employees to be able to play GameBlazers and participate in the fun. So I know, Maj, you created a lineup on air last week, which I believe I mocked and ridiculed. And then I created a lineup that finished 8th. I was all in on the Broncos, Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton against the Raiders on Thursday. And maybe I should have known Thursday night games are always just goofy, and
in division,
it's just such a bad game. But Knicks looked just awful, the Broncos. So I was out early. You had a pretty good lineup, not nearly as good as Jason, who lapped the field here. But I know you said you made a couple of changes from the lineup after you opened all the loot from your battle pack, which you hadn't uncovered everything and opened all your packs last time, so you made a few changes.
If I'm not mistaken, in the video I think I had Michael Pittman and Dalton Kincaid in my last 2 spots, but then I ended up unearthing a Tyler Warren 1.3 there, or 1.2. So I made that switch, and it worked out for me.
Nice. Well, let's go through. I this time am going to open the battle pass or upgrade to the purchase battle pass. So after 1 week, I hadn't purchased it yet as of last week. So I did get some XP, and I actually maybe we'll get into that. I'll show people briefly how you do that. So we have these. When you hit the versus button down here, you come up to contests. These are the free roll contest that we talked about, and if you're not an employee and if you're eligible to play, which everybody basically except employees would be, you can enter lineups, as many as 8 lineups into this $15,000 contest, for example, and then 7 more lineups into the volcano and 6 more lineups into the flamethrower. So there's a lot of different, and these all have some of them have slightly different roster configurations. Some of them are designed specifically for sort of beginner level users who don't have a huge inventory to pick from. So a good way, obviously that's sort of the primary way of interacting with GameBlazers. But the other thing that you can and should do every week are these mini games. And these are super simple. These are how you earn XP, right? So this Pick'ems is literally, you just pick the winning team out of all the games this week. So if we're doing it for next week, whatever, I'm just going to randomly pick a few. But you can see in my settled contests from last week, you get 10 XP for each one that you get right, and you get nothing for ones that you didn't. So I did those last week, and then the player props, which is similar. You just pick 15 props. You can pick as many as you want from each player. Well, you couldn't pick more than 15, a max of 15. Yeah. So you could earn a max of 150 XP here. Yeah. So last week I did that, and I was able to level into the first level of the free pass. So I'm still level 1. You can see there I have 150 out of 220 XP. So if I do this again, next week, and I get at least 6 or 7, what would it be, 6, 7 right, I would level up to level 2 just on the free pass. So I would have a common pack plus 500 credits. Yep. So that's how you level up without paying a dime. And as you can see, you start to get rewards over time. We're going to unlock premium and pour some gasoline on this. So I'm going to get 2,000 XP instantly for the low price of $24.99. Basically the same process, Maj, that you went through last week. And now you can see all this stuff is lit up, instantly, right? With the 2,000 XP, I went from level 1 to level 10. I've got 2 common packs. I've got 500 credits. I've got a quarterback, another quarterback, a running back, another 500 credits, a tight end, a wide receiver, another tight end, some boosts. Really, just in credits alone, that's enough to buy 2 more common packs. So it's like 4 common packs plus a bunch of stuff. So we'll claim a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, Festivus came early for you here. Look at all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
look at this. It really wants me to rate.
Just go ahead and give it 5 stars, CP.
Not yet. I'm holding out. I want to see how this works.
You got to see what comes in these packs first.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if it gives me good luck in the packs, then maybe now we're talking. All right, we'll claim.
For all of you watching at home, if that pops up, we would appreciate the 5-star rating. Boost us in the App Store there. Help others find us.
We'll do the credits. So some of the boosts I'm going to leave alone for now.
Yeah, let's just get the stuff where you can open it, because I think what we're going to do here is, after you're able to open everything, because there may be some things you open, whether it's in a common pack or in one of those, position specific packs. It could end up being an item you want to use in a roster upgrade challenge, which we're going to walk through when you're done here. So let's see you get through your loot here and what you get.
Yeah. So we'll start with the common pack here. The first one. Yeah.
Depending
Johnson, Jaden Higgins, rookie. Don't have a headshot of him. Jordan Mason. Dylan Sampson 1.5. Evan Ingram 1.3x. I'm actually short on tight ends in general in my inventory every week. That's a little bit of a problem for me when I set my rosters. So let's open this next one.
You mentioned that because I'm having the same issues. I actually just used one of my Necromancer upgrades to get a Jake Ferguson back for a month.
Oh yeah, the Necromancer is reviving someone from the dead, right? So you take an expired player from your inventory and you're able to bring them back for a month. Yeah. Dalton Schultz sure would have been nice this past week. I don't know how confident I'll be in using him moving forward, but that would have been a contest winner right there.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at this. I'm getting a 5-star. What a 5-star app this is. I need tight ends, and it's giving me all sorts of them.
Sam Laporta too.
Look at that. All right, I'll take that. Let's see. And so now this one is just a pack of 1 card, right? Or 1 item. So it's not quite like those common packs where you get 5.
Oh man, 1.4 Gaston. You are just crushing it.
There we go. I mean, this was my one weakness in my inventory was tight ends. So paying off in a big way already here. Ooh, that's a little bit of a bummer. So as you can see, these are just some more of these individual, players. These were packs that I got along the way with the battle pass there. And obviously not every time you're not going to get a high end player every time either. Bo Nix.
All right.
Killed me last week. So I already have like a 1.3 Bo Nix. So maybe I'll be able to use him in one of these roster upgrade challenges that we're going to. Oh, that's a pretty good deal right there, actually. Parker Washington at 1.5. That could be a nice cheap option for me to round out a lineup.
Yes. There's Travis Hunter just hit the IR for gearhead surgery. I think today it was announced. So,
Yep. So now that I've just added a bunch of items to my inventory, and of course I have items too. I've been playing this since early in the year, so I've got a decent amount in my inventory here. But as with anything else, you get injuries, you get players that are in a different situation where they're maybe not playing as much anymore, and you decide, well, I'd sure like to upgrade some of these players. So we give you that opportunity through what is called the RUC, or the RUC, we call it. Just stands for Roster Upgrade Challenge. And there's a couple called the Welcome RUC and the Get a Boost that are super easy. Like if you're new to the app, you'll be able to do these really easily. It's like you only need like a couple of items. In this case, you need 1 item that you can exchange for a free common pack right off the bat. So just pick your worst item and we'll give you a common pack for it. And then they're always marked. You can see there's easy, there's mild where it gets a little bit tougher, and then there's hard. There's some for people that have a huge inventory that again are having these same issues. A player that maybe fell out of favor, they fell down the depth chart, they want to exchange a bunch of those. So we give you the opportunity, whether you're a sort of a power player on the app, or if you're brand new, you're going to have a chance to upgrade things. So I'm going to do this 85 plus upgrade. And what it's going to do is give me one player that's at least an 85 overall rating. So at least in theory, it should be a usable player for me, and 100 XP. So I'll do this, and I'm going to try to trade out players that I don't want or that I don't like, and see if I can upgrade. And so each one of these, it's going to pull up. This one needs to be a minimum overall score of 65. Can be any team, can be any position, any sort of multiplier. Sometimes this is a lot more specific. We might do a RUC centered around a primetime game, right? Where you need to exchange players from the upcoming Thursday night game, for example. So it kind of keeps it fresh and keeps, people being able to participate in different ways. This one, it just has to be a 6. I think the first 4 of these are at least 65 overall. The 5th one, I think, is just like a throwaway. Just burn some sort of common card.
What's really nice about the interface here is it automatically sorts for you, like it filters for you.
Yep.
So you're only going to see items that can be used. Like this is not your full inventory here, right? It's just items.
That's right. It's only showing items that are at least a 65 overall from my inventory. So let's start. Let's start with Cam Ward, who I will literally never use because I have a lot better quarterbacks.
Because you like to.
So I'm going to burn him. Tony Pollard has essentially fallen out of favor. The Titans are garbage, so I don't mind burning him either. Higgins, that one that I just got, I don't really love that. He's not really in the rotation. We'll burn him. Bo Nix I've got a 1.0, but I also have like a 1 point something. Do I have a 1.5? A 1.3 Bo Nix.
Well, and one thing I want to point out, you can see that to the left there where it says minimum overall 206 out of 280.
Yeah.
So by the time you get through all 5, the overalls of your 5 items must hit that 280 threshold. So,
so I could use if I use Bo Nix, for example, since I already have the 1.3, let's burn him. And now I got to the minimum. I'm at 281.
So now you can use it. You can burn a 0 if you wanted to, with a Benson or Hampton. But
that's right. So let's burn. I don't know. I don't want to burn either one of those because they might come back.
And so now if the next guy down, like let's just say you did Jalen Tolbert there at 34, well, now you're still way over. So you could maybe go back and say, I might want to keep that Bo Nix, and
burn a 66 instead of a 74 that I burned with Nix. Yeah. So we'll do that. I'm not really getting rid of anything that I feel, especially because I'm only eligible for 1 contest. If I was eligible to enter 15 lineups each week, I might not be quite as haphazard with these decisions. I might think Tony Pollard is useful to me, for example. In my limited sort of what I can do here, I don't mind burning these guys. So I hit review, tells me that all of these items are going to be permanently removed from my inventory. I'm going to get the 85 plus overall player and 100 XP. I'm good with all that, so we'll submit it. I got my rewards, and now it's the 3rd pack down. I still have a couple left from my battle pass that I haven't opened yet. So we'll see what I traded in Nix, Higgins, 2 Tony Pollards, and Jalen Tolbert.
A Pollard and a Tolbert, yeah.
All right, we'll see if we made a good deal here. Heck yeah. Jared Goff 1.3. We'll take that. All right, so I got a usable player, and now if I really wanted to, and we won't do it here, I think I could go back and do that one again. Yeah, so you see here it says 1 of 2. So you can do that RUC twice. So if I had, if I had more, maybe a larger inventory with additional 65 plus overalls that I was willing to burn, I could go back in and do it again.
And if you were to click on the GB pass there in the top left, you've seen you got the plus 100 XP. So your sort of bar is going to be another 100 closer. to getting
Yeah,
up to that.
I'm almost to level 11 now with that 100 XP. In fact, I could claim my own necromancer. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
And another common
you
pack.
know what?
Actually.
Why don't you do that just so we can show folks how to use it? To actually
Okay.
find your expired items and bring them back from the dead.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've done that, to be honest. So I'm in my inventory.
Yep, you go to your inventory and then you go to the filter. And then you can see expired. So item status, expired, burned, listed. So yeah, you just tap expired until it highlights. There you go. Close it out, and it will only show you expired items.
Oh man, look at this!
1.4 HN in there. That would have been good this last week.
1.3 McCaffrey.
Yeah. Look at this. You got Bowers and
Trey McBride. Gibbs, Bowers, so
expired items.
Man, I don't even know what to do. This is an embarrassment of necromancer riches here. I'm on the hot seat, right? I feel like I need to spend some time on this. Amon-Ra.
I won't pressure you into making a decision now. I just wanted to see how to actually use it.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to hold off, and maybe that gives people a reason to tune in next week. We'll see what I decided to use my necromancer on. Right now, it's between Achan or the Bowers or the McBride. Those are both pretty attractive. Like I said, tight end feels like one of those positions where there's a couple guys at the top, and if you don't have one of those, you're at a disadvantage to the others. So we'll see. I'll do some noodling on this, and we'll check back next week to see what I did. Love the necromancer though; it's fantastic.
Yeah. When you've got that kind of stuff to bring back from the dead, that's fantastic. I want our dev team to make it so when you use a necromancer, then it becomes like a zombie version of that player headshot. But
that would be very cool. So like my card image of Brock Bowers or whoever I decide to choose, would look like a zombie. Okay, we got to work on that. We absolutely have to work.
Put it on the to-do list. Yeah. So that's the kind of the long and short of the RUCs there. And then I was gonna say we're at like 17 minutes now, so we don't necessarily need to go in and set a lineup. If you wanted me to mock and ridicule a lineup that you said, I'm more than happy to. But otherwise, we don't necessarily need to worry about it for this week.
Well, I kind of preset a lineup just to make sure that it was already going to be in here. So I would have to.
So when you,
I would have to.
Right now, if you just so you tap internal and then there you go, you got it. Just kind of tap in the lineup box there, and it shows who you got. I have not set my lineup yet.
Yeah, and I probably will make different decisions like you last week based on all the new items that I got. So I think initially I had put. What was I thinking? I think I had now the Goff 1.4 is pretty attractive. Drake May, I don't know. I'm a little spooked by Thursday night games, and Drake May's pretty expensive here. Goff against the Eagles, that's a tough matchup. I don't want anything to do with Bo Nix right now. He burned me last week.
Yeah, here in the Denver area, it was after Thursday's game, it was like doom and gloom. Like, is Bo Nix really the answer at quarterback?
I know, after one bad game. Right?
Although in his they play the Chiefs next week, and they didn't need to. Like, that's the other side of the coin, right? It's like they just played they did the best they had to do in order to beat the lowly Raiders. So
gearing up for this week's bigger game. Yeah. So this was my gut reaction before too. Was Darnold in what could be a shootout, maybe against the Rams? That Seahawks-Rams game might be one of the best games of the week. So Darnold 1 point. Yeah, right. So Darnold, I think I had Dowdle in there just because he's been really good. It's a little bit of a tough matchup with Atlanta. Jaylen Warren is who I had in there against Cincinnati, who can't stop anybody, but maybe Genty against the Cowboys, who are pretty similar.
Yeah.
And I can save a little cash there. And then this is where I'm just dying to play my Puka. My best inventory card is my Puka Nacua franchise, but he's so expensive. Right. So it's a little bit of a tough one. Maybe I'll go with London, who's been on fire. Who else? Ibuka, decent matchup maybe against the Bills.
you started your Darnold, right? So I mean, if you've got a Smith and Jigba to throw in there for the,
I don't have a JSN. I wish I could do the stack. I might need to keep buying packs to see if I can get one.
or go
Yeah, so I don't know. And well, interestingly, one thing you can do, I could do my 1.2 Puka, but just for the sake of illustrating this, I can actually you can submit a lineup on GameBlazers without filling every position. So I've only got 2,000 left here, and I don't have any tight ends that are I don't think there probably isn't even any player that's less than 2,000.
No.
If I wanted to just go with all my superstars in a stacked lineup, let's say I even want to upgrade from Genty, I could put a McCaffrey in, and just a stacked lineup with no tight end. I can do that. So all epic players, all high priced, decent multipliers.
Which is not a bad, that's not a bad strategy, honestly.
Yeah. So an interesting little strategic bit about GameBlazers is that you don't have to fill a full lineup. You do have to meet like a minimum salary.
And it says it right in there. Like if you go back to your lineup, like tap in there to go back to your lineup setting if you're able to. It says right there
salary
24,000. So yeah, you hit that, you're good.
Yep. All right. Well, that was a lot. We threw a lot at them this week, but I think we touched on some things we hadn't last week. Those mini games, right? Super important because you want to keep getting XP towards that battle pass. And then as you saw, the roster upgrade challenge, a way to also boost your XP depending on what the rewards are that are available, but also improve your inventory. And then, if you, as you saw, you get the Necromancer too. Although that won't help you too much if you haven't been playing GameBlazers and you don't have expired items from the past.
But those modifiers, kind of a fun modifier. Expire. You hang on to it and use it when you need to.
Yeah, that's a good example. Like that Genty that I had in there, I think was a 1.2x. I think I probably have a modifier in my inventory that upgrades a 1.2 to a 1.3. And I'm interested in using them this week anyways. And I had a little salary cap room, so maybe that's an opportunity to increase my output by whatever, 10%, I guess it would be for the week. So using those modifiers smartly is a good idea.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be a good thing for next week's version of this. We'll maybe do a couple of item upgrades and kind of show how all that works before we take Thanksgiving week off and then get back to it for the home stretch.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, nice job, CP. Hopefully that lineup performs slightly better for you this week than last week's did. And,
best of luck to me this week.
Look forward to seeing you on the leaderboard.
Sounds good.
All right. Take it easy. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll catch you next week and have fun on GameBlazers.